AB de Villiers. There's not a lot that I can sit here and say about him that others haven't said before, but I thought I'll have to dedicate the stream to AB de Villiers because of what he's given to the world of cricket, and not just South Africa, but the entire world. The ability that he has shown as a cricketer, and throughout the years, how he's brought people together all around the world, what he's done in the IPL and so many other leagues around the country and in the world as well. It's been amazing. He's been an incredible cricketer. He's given so many people hope. He's given so many people dreams of becoming one day something that is as big as he has become. David de Villiers is one of the most energetic cricketers and entertaining cricketers that you would have seen. Electric in the field, electric with the bat, behind the stumps when he had these stunts behind the stumps as well. I think there are so many players that of this generation that have looked up to AB and said, I want to be him one day. I want to be AB de Villiers. And they've looked at Mr. 360 and his all round game and really said they want to follow in his footsteps. Now, his retirement came today, this morning, actually, on social media. He took to Twitter, he took to Instagram, he took to all his social media platforms to announce his retirement. I'm going to read his statement very soon, and I'm going to also just read some of the stats. But we're also going to take in call-ins from fans that want to have their say on AB. And you guys, we will read out your comments in the live chat that you guys have to say about AB. I want you guys to say what your favorite moments are. I have put the link in the description for you guys to call in and have your say too. So this is your show to give tribute to AB and to show your love for him and his career so far. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your latest news daily show. I'm your host Khalid, and this is the day that AB has retired. So I'm going to be chatting a little bit about AB. Let me start off with his retirement and what he had to say. His statement was very, very clear for all of us. He took to Twitter and to Instagram to say, it has been an incredible journey, but I've decided to retire from all cricket. Ever since the backyard matches with my older brother, I've played the game with pure enjoyment and unbridled enthusiasm. Now, at the age of 37, that flame no longer burns so brightly. That's the reality I must accept. And even if it may seem sudden, that is why I'm making this announcement today. I've had my time. Cricket has been exceptionally kind to me, whether playing for the Titans or the Proteas or RCB or around the world. The game has given me imagined experiences and opportunities, and I always be grateful. Unimagined experiences. I would like to thank every teammate, every opponent, every coach, every physio, and every staff member who has traveled the same path. And I'm humbled by the support I've received in South Africa, in India, wherever I've played. Last, I'm aware that nothing would have been possible without the sacrifices made by my family, my parents, my brothers, my wife, Daniela, and my children. I look forward to the next chapter of our lives when I can truly put them first. Now that shows that AB, the type of person that AB de Villiers is. We've always heard about it, but that statement also proves it. That he's putting his family first as well and thinking about them right now, spending time with them, and making sure that he can do what's right with regards to his family and do right by them. I'm gonna go through his stats quickly, just to so you guys that don't know, you should know. But he has his test stats are 114 matches, 191 innings, average of 50.66, 22 hundreds and 46 fifties. In his ODI career, he had 228 matches, 218 innings, 9,500 runs, an average of 53. And then in T20, 78 matches, 1,672 runs, and 26.12 average. That strike rate of 135. So no matter the format, AB has delivered, and that average of 50 and average of 53 that he's left behind is something that a lot of players would love to live up to and try and emulate one day. So I see you guys are very active in the live chat, and I'm going to get to your live chats very, very soon. But first and foremost, we have a fan called in. We've got someone that is called in to have their say on AB de Villiers. Welcome to the show, Alistair. Good to see you, bud. Do you
Yeah.
just want to have your say about AB? This morning when you heard the news, first and foremost, what were you thinking?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show, and good morning to everyone who's watching. Yeah, no, it's a bit of the end of an era with the guy. I remember when he made his debut, and he did exceptionally well, in the provincial arena before, and there was always big talk about him. So when he made his debut against England in the 04-05 season, he was. He scored that 100 in the final test, and you just saw his pure class. He was opening, and I just, it's not just AB the batsman, but it's AB the fielder, it's AB the skipper, it's AB behind the stumps, and certainly South Africa has lost a great player, but I mean, obviously he's a bit long in the tooth, but his longevity has been outstanding, and still being so sharp even up to now. When you consider he made his test debut in 04-05. But just for me, seeing just in the recent T20 World Cup, if you look at the top five players who've hit the most sixes, he's in that top five there. I think he's third or fourth, and it just goes to show the value that he had for South Africa. But yeah, the 278 that he scored in Abu Dhabi, his highest test score, I think at the time that was the record before Hashi nailed that a few seasons later. But just with the bat in all formats, just a colossus. And the fielding, just Jonty Rhodes-esque. He just had that gift. Just like a sportsman that could play any sport, that he, just put a stick in his hand and he'll hit the golf ball. That's his style. But I enjoyed his skippering role. For me, what stood out at the 2015 World Cup, which we all know, ended in tears. He was just so that season in the build-up to that World Cup. We toured New Zealand, I think, or Australia at the beginning of that season, and I felt that he'd timed the run with the team as a collective. His leadership skills stood out for me in that season, and I suppose obviously a dark time, but that partnership with Faf before the rain came against New Zealand in the semi-final was just unbelievable. And I know many people will talk about the West Indies, those two great innings, the one at the Wanderers and then the one at the SCG, just phenomenal. He got the fastest 150 at the SCG, but I felt like he had unfinished business because he didn't get that score at the Wanderers, and then came to the SCG and the world's grandest stage at one of the most beautiful stadiums in the world, and just he delivered, and he always has for South Africa. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of channel he moves into in the game. If he becomes a coach, I think he'll have a lot of knowledge and know how to help the next crop. Who knows? We've got the 2027 World Cup here, which is just absolutely fantastic to have this year. It's something to look forward to. It's around the corner. It's 5 years. It's quick. Who knows what role he might play in that? And the future is bright for our sport here. We've got great players, and who knows.
Yeah, and Alice, I want to ask you, when he just came onto the scene and you just saw him for the first time, was it like instantly for you? You knew that this guy's going to be something big.
Oh yes, absolutely. You could tell just the way his style, and if you had a look at, I always keep an eye on the first class scores and what the guys are doing, and even looking at schoolboy level, and you could see that this kid had pure class. And what we were like 13, 14 years into post-isolation era. So, to see like a talent like him come out, it's just fantastic. You you see the Viv Richards and all those type of players, and he's definitely in that league without a doubt.
Al, thanks a lot for coming on the show and giving your say. Is there anything that you want to leave with, or the last words that you want to say maybe about AB?
Yeah, it's just all the best to him for spending time with his family, and going forward into a new chapter in his life. I hope to see him more involved in the game, and to give back to a sport that he clearly loves so much.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, Al. I hope you come on the show again because I love your insight on the game, and you gave us quite a walk down memory lane there. So thanks a lot. Hopefully we'll see a piece from you maybe in the, about AB, maybe to like you normally do, because Alistair's been contributing on Cricket Fanatics for quite some time. So I'll see you very soon, Al, and thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thanks, mate, and you take care. Have a good weekend. All the
You
best.
too. All the
Ciao.
best. So, guys, we had our first call in. Alistair calling in and giving his say on AB de Villiers really took us down a proper memory lane there about that. Let's get into the comment section. Let's get into the live chat and see what you guys had to say about AB. So, Cullen Walker saying that it's heartbreaking to see. Heartbreaking, that's all I can say. Thanks for all the memories, AB de Villiers. Werner Erasmus, surprised you haven't called in. Maybe he's working, but he says 33 from 220 balls, 43 from 297 balls, 149 from 44 balls, 162 not out from 66 balls. The two stand, Werner again with another awesome comment, and he normally does this when he doesn't come on the show. He'll have his say in the comment section. Thank you for a lot for tuning in, Werner. The two that stand out is the 91 he made against Australia in 2014 when M. Johnson was at his peak, and his last Test century to turn the series around against Aussies at PE. Oh, and any battle with Steyn. Yeah, and I remember what you're talking about in PE because that was such an important match for South Africa in that ball tampering before that ball tampering thing happened and everything. So he was a big part of also piling the pressure on Australia as well. And there was a feeling around that game already that we might have seen AB play his last series for South Africa. There was a buzz around us. Morne Morkel obviously retired during that series as well, so it was quite emotional, that press conference. I mean, I think he brought a lot of us to tears in that press conference over there, and we were, maybe we could have seen a presser from AB when he retired from international cricket. Unfortunately, we didn't get to share that emotions with him. Dex 162 of 66 at SCG. I think Alistair spoke about that one already. Karan's Siwak saying GOAT. Kobus Janssen van Rensburg saying, man, I'm heartbroken about this news. What a damn player this guy was. And yes, what a player he was. When you're talking about him as a player, that is the one thing that we can always marvel about. I think you'll always be looking at his highlights back in the day and still enjoying it. Something that we can always look back on, something that there's memories at least that is left for the rest of the world. We can look at a young boy like Djaval Brevis, and you can't mention AB de Villiers anymore without mentioning this boy's name. But the way he's looked at AB and tried to mimic AB in every single the way that he approaches the game, in his stance, in the way that he plays with the number on his back, and all of those things. He's spoken about AB as his hero. So many players have spoken about AB de Villiers as their hero. The next generation has been inspired by AB de Villiers, and we can't take that away from him ever. No matter what happens ever in his life from now onwards, we can never take that away from him. It's the inspiration that he was for South African youth and South African cricketers. He was my favorite player for so many years. I really looked up to him. I had an opportunity to obviously interview him as well. You guys can go look what he had to say there, especially about youngsters, and giving back to the youngsters. Let's see what he does. Maybe he goes into coaching one day. Maybe he does something, stays in cricket, or maybe he'll go back into his music career. We saw his music videos and his songs as well, so maybe he does that. So excited to see what is the next chapter for AB de Villiers. So Judge saying, what a career. Would love to see him get involved with Shukri Conrad as a batting consultant for the under-19s. That aggressive brand of cricket that they want to play. I mean, AB de Villiers, 360 degrees, all of those things can really help them do that. 126 not out. His last Test century. At least I got to see that live, and I got to experience that live, and it was a phenomenal innings and really, really amazing to watch. And we needed it so badly. I think he really put up his hand with the performances in certain games for South Africa that really he really carried South Africa for quite some time as well. Especially in that transitional phase when we were losing players. We've lost now a couple of players. We've lost many great players in South African cricket. This is another player that we've lost to cricket because we've seen how he's how what an impact he's had in the IPL. And still to this day, he's put on highlight performances that you can just marvel at and say, "Wow, AB de Villiers." Werner 100 of 74 versus India in a test at Super Support Park. I also remember that one. Um, Quibber saying AB de Villiers is the best all format batter cricket has ever seen. Argue with a tree if you disagree. 169 versus Australia at Wacker in the third test, 2012. Arvin talking about the quota system. Bro, the quota system was the reason why AB retired in 2018. SA might said, hey, AB, you have no place. I don't think that is the reason at all. We know his reasons for retiring. He's come out and been very clear about it in a video. So I don't think that's the reason. The 100 in Perth in 2008, 100 of 58 was India at Motera in 2010. That's another one that they've mentioned. Kobus again saying, given another one, 128 versus Pakistan at the Wanderers in 2012, because that was my first ever live game I watched, and it was a game where he and Amla scored hundreds. Oh, that must have been an excellent first game to watch. I can't imagine what that must have felt like to see someone that you really look up to, Kobus, to see him do that. 114 or 56 in Wakeda decided in 2015. 71 of 29 versus England at the Wanderers in 2016. Listen to that, guys. Listen to those totals. It's incredible. It's incredible at the speed at which he scored runs. To South African GOAT, AB de Villiers and Dalestein retired from all formats of cricket in 2021. Sad day for me. Sad year for us, guys. Sad year for us. 114 versus Pakistan in Saraja in 2013 and 278 in Abu Dhabi in 2009. Guys, if you want to fan call in and have your say, the link is in the description as well, so you can go ahead and click on this link and have your say. AB was hot. Wait a minute, sorry, the comments are a bit slow. AB was heartbroken when CSA forced him to pick Fernando ahead of Abbott. That was okay. Let's keep it positive, guys. Stuart Judge saying that 100 at Headingley as well as was an amazing 2008. Pranit saying, I knew AB would do that because he never felt bat on ball in the second phase. Respect to the legend of the game. Great legend AB de Villiers. Have a very happy and long life. Destroyer saying, I'm literally crying right now. I think a lot of fans around the world will feel that way because we were hoping that we could maybe get another 3 years out of AB de Villiers. Maybe could have pulled off of Chris Gale, and stayed a little longer. But we've always asked for more and more and more from him. And he's made his stance very clear on what he's decided. For me, the 43 of 297 in a ranked turner and 133 at Cape Town in 2018, my personal favorites. The cricket enthusiast, a cricket who could smash a ball for a cover drive or scoop it over fine leg with the same ease. The first time I saw him, I was mesmerized. I knew he was something out of this world. I've been saying I'm crying for the past 3 years when he called it a day in 2008. Keithant saying, personally, AB for me either plays for Proteas or does not play at all. Felt bad AB bashing the world and not seeing him Proteas colors. All the best, mate. Heartbroken when he retired for Proteas. I remember I could not sleep for a day or two. Happy for him now, though. Text saying, you'll never see the English and the Aussies players praise a player from another country, but they praised AB so much. Stuart Judge, I think even in the current Proteas setup, he can help advise certain players how they can play spin better and improve scoring options. Improving scoring options 100%. He wasn't nicknamed Mr. 360 for no reason. Um, End of a golden era in South African cricket. It's really, really true. We really need to look to the future now and try and rebuild another golden era. South Africans have South Africa's been known for having segments in their careers and segments in the span that they play where they've had superstars in groups. So I hope that we can rebuild and build the next group of golden generation cricketers. The text 133 of 59 Mumbai Indians in Wakari stunned the Mumbai crowd. Kishan saying, all this fuss for a man with too little SA domestic league trophies to his name. Entertaining at most, but not when it counts. We will have obviously mixed comments from people, guys. Make your shows a little longer from now onward, Khalid. Uh, it depends on what's happening, Pranit. We do try and make our shows longer as possible, but you also have to think about the rewatch value on those long shows. So there was a reason why we kept our daily shows short, because so that people that rewatch the shows can go ahead and watch it and binge it. Otherwise, you have to watch it live, and I think uh, not a lot of people want to sit through a 45. But unless you guys feel that you want to sit through a longer video, by all means, you can do that. But this is not about me today. It's about AB de Villiers. Thank you, AB de Villiers, for all the memories, says Trevor Dixon. Dex saying he was in the pinnacle of world cricket 2012 to 2016. He was phenomenal in that period. Absolutely untouchable almost. From Alistair Fraser. I forgot that 100 in Perth in 2008 when AB and JP took us home against the Aussies, which set up that historic Test series win. Holly, why not have a show on Mzansi Super League? Could match other leagues of the world. I know it's off topic, but it could be a topic for a show. Like, no, definitely we will be doing shows for the Mzansi Super League 100%. We will do, we will definitely do shows on Mzansi Super League. Of course, we will. Kobus 2027 World Cup in SA Markham to lead us in the World Cup win with Devak Breva showing the world he's the next AB de Villiers. Guys, I think we need to stop with this next AB de Villiers thing. Don't put so much pressure on the lad. Let him just play his game. ABD was classy, had me glued to my TV during his innings against West Indies in 2015 World Cup. Cricket enthusiast saying, I don't think AB de Villiers ever had a dip in form. Always scored runs. You're both knock at Wacker Perth. It's still my favorite. So those are some of the live chats. Those are some of the things that you guys had to say. If you guys still want to call in, you can have a call in and have your say with us and let me know. Just that semi-final hurt in his career. Yes, that semi-final hurt, but that semi-final was you can't be blamed on one person alone. I feel teams need to take responsibility for losing finals, semi-finals, etc. So, yeah, I think for now, for today, for the next couple of days, I want you guys just to remember AB de Villiers. Post on our timelines, share your thoughts on the comment section. We posted a story this morning about AB de Villiers retirement. Go ahead and post some comments over there. Comment on this video once this video is done and the broadcast has ended. You guys can go ahead and comment and leave your words for AB. Hopefully AB sees it. I don't know. Maybe it's too much of a big deal and too much of a busy man to be able to come to this our small little stream over here. But if he does get to see it, share this with everybody. Let him see it. Let him see it. See if he can have some, so that he knows that the cricket fanatics and the fans are all in support of him, and that we thank him for the amazing career that he's had and what he's given back to us and what he's given back to cricket in South Africa. That semi-final was turning point in his career, I guess, mentally. Yes, possibly could have been a turning point in his career. He did still play quite some time for South Africa and really performed well for us. So I don't know exactly that was heartbreaking. I mean, losing any trophy or losing any knockout match can be heartbreaking. It can be a destroyer. And sometimes when you don't take that team, when a team is playing so well and then you just don't get over the line by the barriers of margins, it can really, really hurt you as a team. That's why teams like New Zealand, we really need to be inspired by them, because after they lost that World Cup, um, in a super over, they just kept on coming, won the Test Championship, made it into a T20 final. So they've kept on going, and South Africa needs to learn from that. Learn more from your defeats than your wins. That's so important. So it's crazy that this has happened on a Friday morning so early. I was actually getting ready to go to Newlands to watch the Titans versus the Western Province Blitz at Newlands, and this the story broke, and we had to obviously get on it and speak about it. There's so many things that we can say about AB, and you guys have said it all. Alistair came on the show and had his say as well. It's a pity that no more people called in on the show. I know it's an awkward time, so that's fully understandable. But we will have other shows as well, where you guys can chat about him in the live chat, and have your say about different things. I still want to get the normal guys on the show, and chat about it, and chat about AB. Maybe we can do one on Sunday, have a Sunday podcast in the memory of AB de Villiers and what he's given to the country, and maybe get some of the guys on the show to speak about it as well, because I'd really like to hear their thoughts on AB as well. Just to you guys out there, just to know what's going on Cricket Fanatics magazine currently. Tonight we will be doing a Q&A session with George van Heerden, the captain of S under 19. So we're going to get his insights, probably get his insight as well, or his information about we get his information about what he feels about AB retiring, and how AB inspired him in his career, because I'm sure AB did. And we get some insight and give you guys the opportunity to also ask him some questions as well. But just to wrap it up, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in on this show. Thanks a lot for having your say on AB de Villiers. I hope I did this justice, giving him some credit for everything that he's done, that you guys have had the opportunity to have your say as well about him. To all the fans out there, don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. It's 100% free. It's in the description, the link, or click the eye on the top of the screen. To all of you guys out there that have not subscribed to Cricket Fanatics Magazine quite yet, please do so right away. Click the subscribe button. Click that notification bell for all future videos, please. And without further ado, guys, that's all I have for you. Smash the like button. Share this with everybody. Try and get AB to see it. Let's see if you guys can let AB see this video. And maybe AB will give us a interview to come chat to us sometime in the future. Thanks a lot, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you again later with another daily show and a fan Q&A. Take care, everybody.